guys, I'm Sally with OwlCrate Jr. and I am here with my mid-year book freakout. This book tag was originated by Chammy and Ellie. We have left links to their channels below, so check them out. Basically, this is just a halfway through the year check-in on your reading habits. I'm actually ahead of my reading goal right now, so fingers crossed I can keep it up for the rest of 2019. But without further ado, away we go. So number 1 is the best book you've read so far in 2019. For me, that was Severance by Ling Ma. This is an adult dystopian novel, mostly set in New York City. I loved the writing, and I thought it was a very cool exploration of sort of where we are with technology as millennials. Number 2 is the best sequel you've read so far in 2019, and that is Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. This is book 2 in the Cassidy Blake series. We included the first one in our September box in 2018. I love this series. I can't get enough of this series. It explores a new haunted city every time. We are in Paris in this book, and it is just spooky and delightful, and I love getting to know Cass and Jacob better. Number 3 is new releases you haven't read yet but want to. For me, this is all about sequels. Aru Shah and the Song of Death, Thisbe Festoop and the Wretched Scraddle, and The Wicked King are probably my top 3, but this is a long list of sequels. Number 4 is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and that, for me, is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwame Mbala. This one was not supposed to come out until January 2020, but I just got word from the publisher that it's coming out in October now, so I actually started this one last night. I'm already over 100 pages in, and I am loving it. It is all about African-American folk heroes and West African gods. I love Tristan, the main character, and the world that has been built so far is fascinating. I love it. I think this one is going to be huge. Number 5 is the biggest disappointment of the year. For me, that is The Other Woman by Sandy Jones. This one was one on the Reese Witherspoon book club, Hello Sunshine book club list. I really trust her, so this was, I think, just a one-off, I'm gonna assume. But boy, oh boy, did I not like this book. I thought it was boring. I thought all of the characters were terrible. I didn't like the ending. It was just a hate read from start to finish for me. Do not recommend. Number 6 is the biggest surprise of the year, and that is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Our whole team just read this one. I knew that it was like Yale and secret societies, but I didn't know somehow going in that there was also magic in this world, and boy is there ever magic in this world. This was a very intense read, to say the least, but I absolutely just devoured it. This one's going to be showing up a couple more times in this video. Number 7 is your favorite new author. Surprise, surprise, that is Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book of hers I have ever read, so obviously I now need to dive into the Grishaverse, see what else she has to offer, but I really, really loved her writing in this. Number 8 is your newest fictional crush. As you know, I read a lot of middle grade writing, so I don't always have an answer for this, but surprise, surprise, here we go one more time. One of the characters in this, Darlington, is definitely crush-worthy. Just in case I wasn't clear, this absolutely isn't middle grade. Number 9 is your newest favorite character. This was a tough category to narrow down, but I think I'm gonna go with Vita Marlowe from The Good Thieves by Catherine Rundell. She is tough and loyal and not to be messed with like any good noir character, plus she is a crack shot. Number 10 is the book that made you cry. For me, that is Guts by Raina Telgemeier. This is the latest of Raina Telgemeier's graphic memoirs coming out in September. This one deals all with anxiety and a fear of throwing up, which I absolutely had as a kid as well. The way it sort of all ties together with outside stressors like school and homework and family problems and how that can like manifest in your guts. I just loved it. I really related to a lot of the stuff in it. It brought up like memories that I didn't even remember from being a kid, and it just really hit home. So it definitely made me missed out a couple of times. Number 11 is the book that made you happy. I chose The OK Witch by Emma Stein-Kellner for this one. I just finished it last week, and it is about 13-year-old Moth Hush who on Halloween accidentally discovers that she is a witch and her mom has some explaining to do. There's great friendships, awesome illustrations, and it's just a lot of fun. Number 12 is the most beautiful book that I have bought or received this year. I chose the Elements of Style illustrated version. This is one that I bought for myself, And who knew that grammar could be quite so beautiful? This is like the classic sort of elements of style. It really is about grammar, but somehow it's still enjoyable to read. This edition came out a few years ago, I believe, but it's full of these gorgeous paintings that go along with the rules of how to use a comma and other thrilling topics like that. I feel like a total nerd for choosing this one, but I'm sticking with it. And finally, number 13, what are the books that you need to finish by the end of the year? As I said earlier, I am really focusing on sequels for this one, but my exception is Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is an adult title. I actually don't know a ton about it other than that it is a contemporary story. But I have seen and heard people talking about this one everywhere, and I haven't heard a bad review yet. So I'm going to finish this one for my adult reads of the year. So thank you for joining me for my mid-year freak out. I always love to hear what books you guys are freaking out about, so you can tell me about those in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more bookish videos every week. Happy reading, and thanks for being awesome.